HGC KR 페이즈 2 파트 2 둘째 주 셋째 날입니다. 안녕하세요, 지우입니다. 벌써 둘째 주의 마지막 날인데요. 오늘 마지막 날의 첫 번째 경기, 젠지와 펠리즈의 경기로 시작해보도록 하겠습니다. 상위권 팀을 상대로 치열한 경기 보여주면서 많은 시청자분들을 열광하게 했던 그런 펠리즈였는데요. 특히 또 앞라인에서 두각을 드러낸 오제 선수와 또 엄청난 딜러로서의 면모를 보여줬던 우리 에이머 선수의 활약을 오늘도 한번 더 기대해봐도 될 것 같은데요. 사실 단독 1위를 달리고 있는 막강한 젠지팀이지만 지난 경기에서 기세대로라면 펠리즈도 오늘 한번 반전을 그렇게 꿈꿀 수 있는 결과가 나올 수 있지 않을까 싶습니다. 그리고 오늘의 피날레는 미라클과 발리스틱스의 경기로 마무리 짓도록 하겠습니다. 사실 지난 경기에서 약간 아쉬운 결과 있었지만 그래도 미라클 팀은 우리들의 기억 속에 엄청난 강렬한 인상을 남겨주고 있는데요. 만약 오늘 발리스틱스를 상대로 좋은 결과 만들어낸다면 블리즈컨까지 단 한 주도 놓칠 수 없는 그런 파트 2가 될 것 같습니다. 또 지난 경기에서는 완벽하게 변수를 다 차단해버리는 또 정화 선수의 놀라운 경기력이 인상 깊었는데요. 과연 오늘 미라클의 어떤 그런 기적을 차단할 수 있을지 두 눈 크게 뜨고 지켜봐 주시고요. 그럼 저는 첫 번째 인터뷰 시간에 다시 돌아오도록 하겠습니다. See you in the next us.
네, HGC.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our final day of Week 7 of HGC Korea. My name is Wolf. With me, as always, well, mostly always these days, is G-Clef. How are you feeling today?
Oh, very good. Sunday, the final day. We have Gen.G and Ballistics and Miracle plus Feliz. Well, let's see how to. Let's start off with a good news or bad news. Which one do you want first?
Bad news.
Bad news. Should we throw this one out already?
We can wait until the draft.
Okay, then good news. We're on the camera.
That was the good news, really?
Yes.
I thought like you had something you didn't tell me about that you were about to say on air.
It's my birthday tomorrow.
That's good news, but it's not until tomorrow. G-Clef's the
Thanks,
kind of guy who likes
man.
to celebrate his birthday on broadcast when it's not even his birthday. I'm the kind of guy who doesn't
We don't
say
have
it's my
HGC.
birthday when it's my birthday.
We don't have HGC on Monday. Maybe next year. We're gonna have it 7 days in a row.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe your birthday will be on a weekend next year.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, you think your birthday was Monday every year for like your
No.
entire
Does it
life?
like go back 2 days or?
I mean, you'd have to check. I can check for you right now if you want.
That is the one of the
Today,
best opening.
Your birthday is on September 3rd.
Let's go
all right.
2019. Let's think of 2019 right now.
All right, hold on.
September.
September 3rd is on a Tuesday next year. Sorry. So you better hope the HGC schedule changes, or you're it might be a few more years. I'm gonna check 2020. No.
Any good news, Wolf?
I have news to share. We do know that Judy will be doing drafting starting from today. He's changed his role in the team to take on that position, which is an important position to have. It's the person who makes the final decisions in draft, because obviously all 5 members of each team make a large contribution to that element, and you know which players are strong at which heroes, for example, right? But Miracle's in 5th at the moment after the loss to Blossom. And if they're able to take an upset win today, it would really propel them forward. You know, taking wins off Ballistics would be amazing for them, even if it's not a series win. If they win a few maps, that could be a great start for their rush to try to increase their seed for playoffs.
Yep. By head-to-head, Blossom is actually in the lead, which put if that's actually happening, if Miracle is able to defeat or take game off of Ballistics. I'm guessing Ballistics will never get to 2nd place if that actually happens. Even if they drop 1 game, Tempest is such in a lead already. They really have to step up today. And Gen.G Feliz, okay, it seems like we're going to have that career pattern once again. But remember, 3 days ago, Feliz, Ballistics almost dropped all of their games. It was really close.
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, I think that a lot of people discount Ballistics in that series, so I think most people look at this and say today's 2nd match could be super interesting because Ballistics look like they might be a little bit weak. But I don't think Ballistics played weak overall very much in that series. I think Feliz played really well. So even though the first match of today, Feliz versus Gen.G, it looks like on paper that might be a pretty rough one, I think it's one that we look towards with like a different light. We kind of have to put it under the magnascope, magnifying glass, under the microscope. I put those two things together. Put it under the magnoscope a little bit, and you know, see what Feliz is able to accomplish tonight.
Yeah, they have been running some different things, and just like what we saw yesterday, bringing some new heroes out there, like some Cassia maybe. Illidan was the wild one, but it doesn't have to be that wild. We can go to Spider and maybe look for a Nazeebo game. It seems like Nazeebo's really picking the win rate, especially on that map, has been a staple one. But they are up against Gen.G, the strongest. They're not really dropping any games right now.
No, not really. Only one loss since their return from Midseason Brawl, and that was against former sister team Miracle. And it was a really smart series by Miracle. They'll be playing later on tonight. But they're the big favorites, and I guess we will share our bad news in just a moment here. But Gen.G come in, you know, you could take a look at Rich there. Very uninterested looking face. Sake on the end as well.
But one thing is that
now.
I want to see if they are actually keeping that Reset Rich, kind of changing their role a little bit between their flex DPS. Reset actually playing a lot of Rainer and just setting Rich free while in the battleground oftentimes.
I think it's in hero combinations where Rich has to play the more high mechanical skill hero.
Maybe.
In yesterday's case, it was the Maiev that he ended up playing, which may become the case today because their opponents on the other side, Feliz, had a late show today. So Feliz will actually lose one ban in map 1. So we'll have that countdown, the ban will shatter, and that will be their punishment for the late show.
To make it better, they stacked 3 late shows, and that's why they actually get they don't get to ban 1 out of the 2.
Yeah.
At the beginning of that draft.
They will get the other 2 bans.
So we will have a lot more heroes open.
That's right.
We don't exactly know which team is going to have the first pick, but it's better for the second pick, I would say.
I think it's going to be Maiev that gets left open here, which means that if Feliz has first pick, I think there's a good chance that Gen.G will take Maiev in rotation. You know, we saw a lot of that yesterday in first rotation with Rainer, obviously was one of them. And we saw the Hanzo pick coming with it as well as Diablo. So definitely something that Gen.G in particular likes to play a lot, and that was the game we did see Reset play Rainer on Battlefield of Eternity just yesterday. We'll take a look at the battlegrounds and who gets first pick in just a moment. But Feliz has been preparing really well for the last few matches, and I think that tonight there is always that chance they could have an upset. But they have chosen Gen.G's best map, Battlefield of Eternity. Gen.G will take first pick.
I already like the ban though. Feliz banning Sky Temple, which means of course, banning Sky Temple against Gen.G, one of the most snowballist map. It's a pretty good one, but BOE, there can be. We saw some Artanis. I believe it was Wiz from Blossom, but it didn't really work out. We even saw some Vala bans yesterday on this map, just in case.
A little bit surprised that they don't ban Infernal Shrines, Gen.G, given that Feliz played such a great outclassing of Ballistics on Infernal Shrines. The Alexstrasza draft they had was really good. And with heroes like Whitemane in the pool now, it's tougher to ban Alexstrasza. So to explain this one more time, after we see this first ban from Gen.G, which will be Thrall, Feliz will let the 40 seconds tick down, or 25 seconds, I guess, in this case. And it will shatter the ban, so it's not like, you know, the AFK thing in your Hero League. This has actually been ruled that they will lose a ban because of their stacked no-shows, as you mentioned before. So that will leave one hero additionally open for this first match. Time ticks down.
Well, Gen.G can just leave everything else and force a Genji ban from Feliz, or else they can just take it right after. I think that should be the path they should take. They would love to play. They would just love to have first pick Genji.
Well, it's open if Feliz lets them have it.
Maiev, Genji. Oh, this is not the best map for Maiev, so.
True. You just can't leave the Genji open, I think.
We do have Hanzo and Rainer open.
Well, Hanzo is the strongest hero on this map. He's highly banned, and that's probably, given that it is BOE, one of the maps, or sorry, one of the heroes that they probably would have liked to ban, but they cannot. Maiev, not really going to be a high impact here, but we will see Li Ming to counter the Hanzo, so they have the poke at least.
And the Sally.
Sally
Sally
indeed.
the Inquisitor. Li Ming. Not surprising that they already picked up Hanzo for Rich, and Li Ming was going to be the one for reset. So they take that away already, have Blaze Garage to save. Just those two, it gives so much protection for all of your members. The bunker into the fray, and you can actually toss the opponent coming in with the charge as well. So it's so strong when they have that pair.
Yeah, it's very difficult to dive Hanzo in this case as well because of the Garrosh pick. Maiev will be banned. They still have a fear of it despite the map choice here. And Gen.G is usually shied away from Maiev in compositions like this, but when you have Garrosh and Blaze, you're so terrified of the 4-man in the early game, and then of course for the objective fights, that combo. Not a shocker to see this hero ban. This is probably going to force Feliz to play Phoenix. I think it's the most reasonable pick, or Sergeant Hammer. Those are the two auto-attacking heroes that are left here that are most commonly paired with Li Ming.
Which I do agree, that's correct. But Phoenix, just thinking about how big it is and how many CC that the Gen.G already has, I don't think they're going to give too much range for Phoenix to actually do damage. And Phoenix does not run as well.
It's very easy to, if you know when Phoenix is going to try to warp, to interrupt the warp with Groundbreaker. And Malfurion is another thing that could slow us down, but look at that.
Vala!
Malfurion and Vala making a return here. Obviously will be Q build, objective-based composition. And there's no blinds. So
Maybe?
Cassia could actually be pretty reasonable here.
Maybe not Q Vala, they already have Hanzo, so we don't exactly know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
They can go all in, but they don't have to if they are thinking about the team fight, depending on this last pick.
I think Cassia is really reasonable, but they're going to pick Zeratul. Now, this is a bold choice. This is essentially saying, you know, I have the capability, I have the talent. Dudu is the player, the Zeratul player on the squad, to make big plays, dive the backline. There's no more ice block for Malfurion. So there's a lot of ways you could set up some really good fights.
Yeah, also Vala's super squishy. That's the reason why she fell out of the meta. And they have the pressure with the Zeratul now. The thing is, post 10, it will be really hard even for Zeratul to actually get a snipe. They have... Malfurion doesn't really give burst heals like White Mane or Uther does, but Garrosh plays. We've talked about it before, so much forgiving for the teammates that are actually super close to be dying from that Zeratul play.
Well, let's see how this works in execution. It's a very risky choice, as we do see the new Gen.G Nexagons here are available as mounts. You know, if you linked your Twitch account to the cheering, you can get that in there. We're going to have a small pause here as saw this Dignitas spray, the respect there, as well as an old MVP black spray. I've got all those at my house. Aimer went to the bathroom.
What a wait! Then
Is
we have
that
the perfect.
allowed?
We have the perfect camera shot.
Really?
Look at that, TwitchCon and Blizzard Entertainment.
DX Racer.
Aimer's gone.
Wow.
What a way to start the match today.
I am a little bit speechless.
They had the blue water. I mean, you just have to go sometimes.
I mean, there was some time to go before the match started, as it turns out. But I mean, he was late, right? Or was it someone else?
I don't exactly know which member was late.
Okay, well. Well, we'll just leave it at that. He went to the bathroom. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yes, you'd have to. You should just stop the car, go to the gas station, just drop it. And then, well, Aimer, we'll be back soon enough.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so funny to me today. There's been some esports toilet issues.
Yeah, but that's the official term, right?
Well, those are the official terms since they happened in LCK, where famous League of Legends player Kuve had to go to the bathroom in a very late game match that he was playing in.